Hey EXPs, it's Jay, and today we're going to cover the term experiential marketing. In order to understand what experiential marketing means, you must first hear the inspiration behind my book, You Do What. I've been in the industry now for over 10 years. However, I started writing You Do What about 7 years ago after not having a reputable source as an EXP. When I began over 10 years ago, to be honest with you, applied to an ad on Craigslist, which stated they needed beautiful girls, promotion models, to help with an automotive event. And it turned out to be an automotive program for Cadillac. After working that first event, I instantly fell in love with the experiential marketing industry because I loved engaging and interacting with consumers. And while I was there, I had the pleasure of meeting a young lady who provided me with a list of over 200 companies for me to sign up with, put all my information in their database, and begin receiving notifications for opportunities within the Atlanta area. Back in 2015, I was on tour executing events as a product specialist. And during the time, I had already started and was midway through You Do What, and I didn't have a title for the book yet. One day at my test drive event, I took a lady out for a test drive in one of the Ford vehicles. Towards the end of our conversation, after I had explained all the specs, she asked me, "Hold on, wait, what is your job? What do you exactly do?" So I explained to her what my role, what my responsibilities were, what a product specialist did, how I started as a brand ambassador. But she was like, "I still don't understand. Hold on, you make all this money. You do what?" And that was my aha moment. And that was where the inspiration for the book, as all of you now know, You Do What, was born. It is the ultimate experiential marketing guide and resource for those looking to begin a career as an EXP, working as a brand ambassador, team lead, product specialist, and even the term that I have now coined, EXP, Experiential Marketing Professional. It comprises all of those roles and responsibilities within the experiential marketing industry. So if you're still a little confused, you still may not understand what experiential marketing is, believe it or not, you have unknowingly engaged in experiential marketing at one point or another. Whether you've had the opportunity to participate in a test drive, or you may have attended a concert or an event and they were giving out free samples of a product or service in exchange for your opinion. Yes, those are all examples of experiential marketing. But just in case you still need some help, still need clarification, I created a quick flow chart, which I'm going to go through to explain how an experiential marketing event comes together from concept to creation to actual execution by EXPs such as myself. Make sure you click that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel so you can receive cool videos such as this one, as well as many more. Alright EXPs, we are back, and as you guys can see, I have created this handy dandy flowchart, which is going to walk you through what experiential marketing is. But before we get started, let me go ahead and define the term experiential marketing. Also referred to as event or engagement marketing, experiential marketing allows brands to create memorable consumer experiences which will build brand loyalty amongst consumers for years to come. So, in layman's terms, what does all that mean? Well, EXPs, experiential marketing professionals such as myself, have the opportunity to be a part of some of the coolest experiential marketing events that brands create, which in turn allows consumers to not only become brand advocates and brand loyal, but to experience the brand in a unique and tangible way. So, without further ado, my flow chart. Starting at the top, we have Fortune 500 brands or small businesses. In order for an experiential marketing event to come to life and to actually be put into execution, a Fortune 500 company, brand, or small business, also known as the client in the experiential marketing world, has to decide and determine whether or not investing in experiential marketing makes sense for their brand. If they decide that, hey, you know what? we want to do something different this year. Let's involve experiential marketing as a tool to not only engage with consumers, but to create that brand awareness. It could be around a particular brand, product, or service. So the Fortune 500 company or small business, also known as the client, decides to go ahead and invest in experiential marketing. In order to do that, they must reach out to an experiential marketing agency. So the experiential marketing agency that they contact, which in many cases they contact numerous agencies, will put together a RFP, request for price, or RFQ, request for quote. So they will then come up with a great concept based on the goals and the objectives that the Fortune 500 company or small business, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to say client, that the client, wants to put together, and they will create an RFP or RFQ to submit to the client in the hopes of actually winning their business and winning the opportunity to execute the actual event. So the agency submits the contract. They wait to hear word, because oftentimes multiple agencies submit RFPs or RFQs, and then the client decides on which agency they want to execute the event for them. So they decide, hey, we're going to go ahead and go with this experiential marketing agency. So the agency wins the bid. So this is where all the hard work and the teamwork aspect comes in, because now the agency has to work with the client to ensure that they not only meet the goals and expectations, but they are able to deliver and execute a successful experiential marketing campaign or event. So the agency wins the bid. The agency then starts working to put together the actual events that they designed in the RFP and RFQ. And then from there, they start looking to hire EXPs, which is where we come in, to assist with the execution of the events. Now, one thing to keep in mind, EXPs may be hired to assist in different avenues to execute the event. So the experiential marketing agency may have a team of EXPs that they use often to execute the events, or if they do not have a team of EXPs, they will then work with a staffing agency to assist them in hiring a team to execute the events. So the agency begins to interview EXPs. Usually it's for management opportunities, and then they work to find the best team. And oftentimes the client has the opportunity to also interview the top one or two candidates for a opportunity to execute the experiential marketing event. From there, the EXPs go through a training, and they work directly with the experiential marketing agency by way of a account manager or account coordinator to ensure that they are all trained and prepared to execute the experiential marketing event. Events can be one day, they can be a week, even months on end, and this is where tour opportunities actually come in for EXPs. So they execute the event or events, and then from there, after working with the account managers as well as any account coordinators, the EXPs complete any recap info. So as an EXP in this position, when you are hired to execute an event, as a tour manager, it is important that you work with the account manager to ensure you have staff if needed to execute your event, and that you are able to assist where needed. If you are hired during an event as a brand ambassador or as a product specialist, or maybe you may be executing an event by yourself as a demo rep for a particular event, or even serving in a mascot capacity, it is important that you work with the account manager or staffing coordinator who hired you to assist you are prepared for your events and that you are equipped for a successful execution. And make sure you refer back to my YouTube videos where I talk about preparing to execute an event as an EXP, because I provide a lot of tools in there to assist you at any stage as an EXP. So back to what I was saying, after you have received your event details as an EXP, you are ready, you are prepared, you're looking forward to executing your event, and you go out and you execute your event, you engage with consumers, and the client has great feedback, the account managers, everybody's just happy with everything you did, make sure that you complete any event recaps that are needed or requested by the account manager or staffing coordinator. This helps the client to decide and determine whether or not the actual event was a success, and it also helps the agency to determine whether or not hiring you as an EXP was beneficial, for the execution of that event. So making sure that you work together as a team is important. Experiential marketing events occur often, and a lot of times as consumers, you may not even realize when you're partaking in an experiential marketing event. So I'm going to give you a real life example which helps to bring everything into perspective. I don't know if you guys remember, about 3 to 4 years ago, Coke did a very innovative thing. They said, hey, you know what? Instead of having just Coca-Cola on our cans and our bottles, let's do something different which gets consumers involved. And they started this Share a Coke campaign. So they wanted to not only give consumers and advocates of Coke the opportunity to express how much they love Coke, but to create experiences by way of cans that connected with consumers. Coca-Cola came up with this great idea to do the Share a Coke program. They then reached out to an experiential marketing agency that could facilitate this program, and they decided on an experiential marketing agency, which then won the bid to execute this event. Now, from there, because this was a nationwide program, Coke decided, let's take this thing nationwide. So they set up in different regions with different trucks and different mobile vehicles, and they allowed consumers at different events to actually come out and create their own can. So creating that experiential marketing campaign ultimately is what drove consumers to connect with Coke in a unique way. Coke and the Share a Coke campaign is a great idea of how they went through this process, worked with an agency won the bid, and they also worked with the staffing agency as well to hire EXPs. EXPs went out different regions of the country and actually executed this campaign where consumers came out and actually created cans. The buzz got out, the awareness got out, and from there, as you guys know and as you guys see now, Coke is still pushing this Share a Coke message in all of their branding in the grocery stores. They may not have names now, but they have different sayings and different slogans which are catchy and that people can relate to. Experiential marketing affects brands and consumers in more ways than you may actually think about. And this avenue of marketing is going to continue to evolve, continue to grow as brands see the benefit of investing in the experiential marketing industry. So, as an EXP, if you're currently executing events and you love what you're doing, continue to execute events. The industry is only going to grow and more opportunities are going to be afforded to you. On the flip side, if you're looking for a way to begin a career within the experiential marketing industry, make sure you pick up a copy of my book, You Do What, where I go in depth and talk about the different avenues and what is required to succeed in the industry as an EXP, or even if you say, hey, I don't want to work on the field level, how about becoming an account manager or a staffing coordinator? Yes, in my book, You Do What, I provide you with a wealth of information on how you can not only learn about the experiential marketing industry, but also begin a career if you choose to do so. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, comment. Have you experienced experiential marketing? What do you think about experiential marketing as a way to market brands to consumers? What do you like about it? EXPs, what are some of your favorite events? Make sure you drop a line below and let me know. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button to receive insight on future videos that I'll be posting to assist you on your journey as an EXP. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.